Okay, is this working? Huh? So the good news and bad news, I think it's going to work fine, and I don't think I need to use the YouTube stuff anymore. It's weird too because I got rid of my laptop and I only have one screen. I'm like, I only have one 49-inch screen. Oh my God, what am I going to do? It's weird. I only have a keyboard and a mouse. Weird. So are you there? Let me know if you're there. Can you hear me? In sooth, I know not why. Okay. So anyways, it's weird. All right, so I'm on a new machine. So here's my old laptop. So cool. So that's good. And hopefully the sound will be good. It was interesting transitioning from one machine to another. It's so much easier than 20 years ago, right? You'd have to like redo everything. It was pretty good. Didn't take me that long. I just forgot about OBS. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to set up all my OBS settings. And then I was trying to do it, couldn't do it. And then I realized, oh, I use Streamlabs OBS, not OBS. No wonder. So I made it more complicated. Hey, Julie, I got your email late last night, so I'll have to respond to it later today. Cool. Brad says, Wayne, can you start at 8 soon? You guys don't like the 9 o'clock start? Oh, look at the time. Look at that. By the time I figured it all out, it's actually 9:30, which is pretty good. Oh, Bradley got a job. Oh, that's right. Sorry, man. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't see why not. Okay. Yeah, well, there's always going to be people that say, hey, I prefer 8, and there'll always be people that say, hey, I prefer 9, but don't make Brad mad. That's one thing I learned. All right, so, I haven't even had a cup of coffee today. Let me fire that up, and then we will start. This machine doesn't have built-in speakers, so I don't have sound off the card. It's built for 7.1 sound, so I need to set up some speakers in here. I guess I can do Bluetooth, but hopefully this is good. And if you need to know what I bought an Acer Nitro 50, and then I pulled out all the RAM and I bumped it up to 32 gigs of DDR4 226666 megahertz, and then it's got 16 gigs of Optane, which is a different type of RAM, but acts like solid state and RAM together, whatever, but lightning fast. So it's kind of interesting, but honestly, I bought it because I ordered it on Thursday and arrived on Sunday, and that's why I picked it. Everything else would have to be till Wednesday. So let me get a cup of coffee and then we'll start. Maybe I'll run the intro. All right, so I added a mic to this scene. So let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Not too big, not too small, just the size of Montreal. All right, let me get that cup of coffee. Looks like I just have to like tinker as I get to the new PC. All right. You like the creme? You like it, the creme? All right. We got sound. Yeah, boy. How good is that? I was just thinking about this as I was making coffee. This is the first time I've had a computer with one screen since 2000 and when did I buy my second screen? 2002. Oh, I didn't even think about that. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? This machine will run 3 4K screens, but I don't know where to put them. So, anyways, yeah. So interesting. So good to have you here. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube channel of 15,222 foreign exchange traders. We get together every single day. Well, every single trading day. Oh, that's good. To align our satellites, technically and fundamentally. Share trading ideas. Go through the calendar. There's not a lot to go on the calendar. I already did that over at the FX Bootcamp channel. I did it on, I guess, last night when the markets opened, so maybe you want to catch that. It's pretty thin, so not a lot to talk about. And our sponsor of the community is Traders Way. They're a foreign exchange broker. You're a foreign exchange trader. Give them an opportunity to earn your loyalty and respect. That's all they're asking for. Visit tradersway.com. I did today because I had to download MT4 again for this new machine. And it's lightning fast. Download it. Boom. You got MT4. How nice is that? Play some trades. You'll see their execution speed is fast. That's good. You'll see the spreads are narrow. That's good. You'll see the swaps are big. That's good. And if you ever need help, I don't know, world-class customer service. You get a butler. Pretty sure you get a butler. Red carpet, white gloves, the whole thing. It's pretty good. Tradersway.com. Okay, I had to add a mic and there's no charts. Interesting. So what did I add for that? I have something here called charts. Browser source. Chat box, you got. Where does it go? Is it this thing? No. Hang on. Chat box, browser source, that wouldn't be it either. Charts. I have to double click this. Hang on. Display. Oh, I see. It wants to display. So the weird thing is I have a 4K video card. It runs three 4K computers. I don't have a 4K screen. But my screen, check this out, it's having trouble because of the standard default settings. And it says, hey man, your one monitor is 3,840 by 1080. They're like, that's not 1080p. That's like, what is that? Right? It's weird. So my display is 3,840 by 1080. And it's like, nah. It's like, nah. So that's not going to fit, brah. Let's try this. Let's see what's going to go down here. Yeah, that ain't working. It's not working because it can't handle the truth. Let's see. I'm going to have to try to add them manually. So I'm trying to display. Display capture, no. Game capture, no. Video capture, no. Audio, virtual reality, no. Browser, it's not a browser. Display capture, game capture. Maybe that's going to be the app. Game capture. Let's call this MT4. Looking for a game to capture. Auto capture specific full screen application. Capture specific window. No. Capture cursor, yes. Allow transparency. Hide third-party apps. Auto. Capture any full screen. Well, it's not going to be full screen. Capture a specific window. Maybe this will work. Terminal.exe. That's probably exe. That's probably it. What does this look like? Nothing, right? And nothing. Huh? Why ain't no working? Display capture. Let's try that one again. Add source. Charts. Let's add a new source. Full screen. Hang on. There we go. That's what it wants. All right. That's what it wants. All right. This is going to be a little bit of a glitch in the matrix. Oh, I see. That's okay. We might be able to work with this. Sorry, guys. Okay. So we got to get rid of this. Remove MT4. Okay. All right, so I know the bottom's not quite working. Well, the logo. I'll mess with that later, unless I can do this. Oh, I lost the logo altogether. Even worse. All right, well, I'll have to figure that part out later. What is it that it's blocking? Oh, just that? That's not bad. All right, well, maybe we'll just leave it like that for now. I think I can get a little fatter up top. Hey, the bigger the better. All right, that's not bad, right? Sorry you had to witness that, but we got her done. Okay, and then let me just resize that so that fits perfectly. How about that? Ciao. So I got to move some of my toolbars down. So I just downloaded this MT4 about an hour ago. So there's going to be a lot of quirks. Then I went to metatraders.com, which was awesome, and I just ran the installers, the basic kit and the complete kit, and boom, 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 boom. I got all my layouts, all my indicators, but you have to quirk them a little bit, and that's just MT4. So let's just see. So you should be able to see. There you go, eh? Oh, for sure. Oh, how do I get rid of that? I can't get rid of that. See, having one screen sucks. Man, what am I going to do? All right. So, Bitcoin, let's start up here. And sorry for being discombobulated today. All right, see how I just loaded that on BTC, and I loaded Confluence, but there's only one set of pivot points. That it's just a quirk of MT4, so I just changed the time frame, put it back, and now they're both on there. All right, cool. So we are here. We are live. Thank you for your patience with me. As you may know, last week my ports blew out, my USB ports, so I lost the mic. So I bought a new machine, and there you go. It showed up late last night, and I didn't have time to set up my computer because I had already made my trades on my laptop, and then I was watching The Walking Dead season 1, episode 1 with my son. So I had to wait for this morning, and anyways, I forgot OBS. So here we are. Very cool. What do you think? Uptrend, downtrend? Up, down, turn around. Which pair is that? Okay, so we need to, let's find the one, hang on, let's fix this right now. Okay, let's, indicators, watermark, inputs, I need the color. Font size 133, Arial 180, 180, 180, and 333333. Okay, cool. Okay, let's go back to the old. Okay, let's go back to the template, Confluence. I'm showing you how to do this. Insert, indicators, custom, watermark. And by the way, look how clean this is. This is all off of metatraders.com. So I'm going to add the watermark, and I guess that was fine, right? What was it? 180. No, numbers up. 180. Ah, you scumbag. 180. 180. 333. 333. display text. I'll show you what I'm doing in a second. Almost done. False. Okay, and then go OK, and there it is. Now you have to save your template. So go Template, Save Template, and remember I'm on Confluence. So where's my Confluence? Confluence. Do you want to say overwrite? Yes. Cool. So now if I go change my template to this, see now that should, oh, it's up there. Let's make this one a little better. Watermark. So that should be 180. See how many hours you can do this? But this is how you get to know your platform. You should know your platform. Oops. I'm going to pop this in the middle. Well, I'll leave it there. Maybe you like it better up there. So let's hit OK. See the color? Much better, right? And then, so now I got to save that. Save template. Rainbow. Replace it. Yep. And now let's go back to the one we had, which was Confluence. Remember, there was no watermark. Go to Pivot Points Confluence, and there's our watermark. Oh, this toolbar just sucks. I hate Windows now. Maybe I'll put it over there. It's like having a billboard on your computer with just crap that you don't want to look at. You want to play Candy Crush? F you, Microsoft. Okay. Neat, right? What are you guys talking about? All right, so let's do this. What's on your mind? Let's just get to the point since this is such a weird event today. Why don't you tell me what you want me to cover? Let's do open mic night. What do you want? Let's do requests. Euro dollar? You guys are like, all right, sure. Euro dollar. Okay now, okay. In fact, let's get rid of some stuff here. Remove template. Williams, don't need it. Stupid, gone. Templates, remove template. Volume, stupid, don't need it, gone. Template, remove template. ADX, stupid, goodbye, gone. Template, remove template. Popular, dumbest thing I've ever seen. Goodbye. Ciao. Template, remove template. Bollinger Bands, stupid, get rid of it, bye. Template, remove template. Layers, second dumbest thing I've ever seen. Goodbye. Template, remove template. Momentum, you guys remember that one? It comes standard with your MT4. Dumbest thing ever. No, third dumbest thing ever. All right, so anyway, simplified all that. So we got some euro dollar requests. Okay, what do you think? Okay. I don't have my drawing tools. No! Oh my god, I don't have a drawing tool on this machine for shizzle snicker. Oh, I'll have to put that on my to-do list. All right, so what is this? Well, if you were a bull, you bought this Sunday when the market opened. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I do want to do that. I just have to trendline properties. I got to make it fat and parameters. Turn the ray off. Sorry, Ray. All right. If you are a bull, you bought this in the first hour. Okay. When the market opened, this is when you were a buyer. If you are a seller, your first option is here. Oh, now I'm going to have to create all of this. Insert shapes, rectangle, and it's going to be a funny color. Okay. There's number one. Let's change this. Rectangle properties, not blue, but how about like silver? Where's my silver? It's in here somewhere. Silver. A little better. Okay. Oh, and I got to put it on the drawing bar. You guys watching all this, just so you know how? See, I don't need arrows, so I'll remove those. Okay. And here's plan B. Get that out of the way. Okay. Plan A, plan B. You should have done all of this last week. If you didn't do this on Friday, you're not trading properly. Okay? Bulls had a beautiful little front run. Bears have plan A and plan B. Plan A is most ideal for a bear. Okay? So if you're a bull, now you're kind of like buying dips on the way up, right? So where's the 21 down to the 21 and then up and down to the, pivot and up. But that's not the market we exist in right now. Wait, this is equidistant. I don't want equidistant. Who cares about equidistant? Seriously. So let's do this. Let's get rid of the equidistant. And let's add linear regression. And there's my linear regression. Well, isn't it nice to have good math now? You're like, who the heck would use something like this? I need my tools, right? And you know exactly what you want. And you're like, oh, that's so much better. All right, so anyways, sorry guys, the chat's like way over in Nomad's land. Let me pop this sucker. Can I pop this one? No, I have to pop the other one. Pop it. Pop the chat. All right, let me move your chat closer to my eyes. I want to see you. I might not be a smart man. Okay, well, let's put over there. We're gonna get this. Probably very few glitches tomorrow. By Wednesday, we'll be right as rain. All right, so what are you guys talking about? I see like side conversations and stuff. All right, so what do you think? We're 2 standard deviations, or at least we're overbought. in a short run downtrend, which started during last week's profit taking. So this is where if you're a bull, you're thinking about taking it north, but of course we're not there yet. You bought the front run, but now you're praying, right? You're praying because this is where bears intend to take it down. Okay? This is where if a bear is going to sell, that's what they waited all night for. So if you're a bear, I'm not sure why you haven't acted in the last 90 minutes. And if you're a bull, you're kind of playing. You're playing this area. You prefer for this to hold, but if it comes down further than that, you'll get knocked out of break even, and it's no big deal. Okay. So bears, you're a bit late, but there's a lot of daylight. There's a lot of week left. Obviously, you're taking this down to 17. And bulls have moved their stop to break even, 12 hours ago, 15 hours ago, so they're done as well. XAU, aka GLD. Okay, just fizzling around, doing its thing. What do you think? A good opportunity to buy or a good opportunity to sell? Well, right, like it's neither here nor there, I would say. So it's going to come down to your bias and your aggressiveness. So same thing, buy zone here, sell zone there, and a lot of mediocrity, right? There was an uptrend, but the way I would look at it is, right, this is a higher low, that's a higher high, or a lower high. This is a higher low, this is a lower high, and I almost think of it this way, and that's why I drew the linear regression, because we're not far off the average price over this period. Now, obviously, I drew it to be sideways, but I just want to show you that if we are considering this, the top is top and the bottom is bottom, then we're basically at the average price, right? So it really comes down to your aggressiveness. If you really are taking this down and you're thinking back to 1800, all right, well, then you got to fit yourself into these smaller, like weekly positions, right? Okay. And if you're a bull, you're probably trying to like create a trend this way, right? So I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to treat this as sideways for now. And I don't think I'd be aggressive until maybe, unless I see something up in here. I mean, I don't know. For me, not this week. You could have bought it at 1925, and you could have sold it at 1950. It's kind of the same thing either way, right? 25 bucks. So be careful. I think that could use some further time to wake up. And then your Aussie, okay, kicking off the 4-hour 200 EMA. That's the fair market value. So this trend may be neutral on the 4-hour, okay? And then, of course, if we're breaching the 21 on the daily, we're heading down to the 55 on the daily, which is around 75. So let's change the template to look at the confluence. Okay. And yeah, 75 gets us down to next month's, down to the September bottom. Okay. So it really depends on what you want. If you're thinking down, then, down, 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 down. Now, if you are thinking up, 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 this is what we talked about last week in the swing trading group. 75.50 to 76 is our general, areas of opportunity, our AO. Okay. So it comes down like, once again, if you're a bull, you're going to try to keep this up. Now, you're not necessarily the first mover here. If you traded the first minute of this week, this was an easy purchase. And now what you're hoping for is that the support here protects your break-even trade and then moves up to make a higher high, which then makes you closer and closer to, sort of a free and clear plan. And you'd almost consider that an inverse head and shoulders. Okay. Yeah, that's the whole point, Daniel. That's what a professional do. Zach Ryan's a performance coach at FX Bootcamp Live. Cool. So let's take a look at all the ends. Ooh, no pivots. Oh, no, it's got a pivot. So let's change these time frames and see where they load. Can they load? Just got to see what time frame they're on. So watch this. You go window, tile vertically. All right, Aussie yen, Euro yen, Kiwi yen, pound yen. They should all be going up, or they should all be going down. Let's take a look at Euro. Okay. So this is why I like Confluence when I'm planning. So I go template. Oops, let's do it this way. I go template, Confluence. Oh, that's not Confluence. That's Confluence. So now I have monthly and weekly. And that's important because if I'm a bull, my intention is to take this up to 128. Okay? If I'm a bear, my intention is to take this down to 123. And of course, most amateur traders don't have any intentions. So therein lies a problem, right? So if you want to bring Euro yen down, you think the economy is going to get worse globally, you think trade wars are going to escalate, global trade is going to slow down, COVID is going to pick up, death rate's going to pick up, vaccines going to be deferred and delayed, and everything is bad. So you're a glass half full versus a glass half empty kind of person, right? We're all different people, and we all belong in this market, and we take our turn. So it's pretty simple. If you're a bull and you want to bring this up, you're early. Okay, you're early, but this is the exact price that you would buy if you were a bull. It's a real aggressive trade. It's a shot in the dark because you're down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up. So now you expect a down, 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 down. So you'd move your stop to break even and pray. Okay? Hope's not a strategy, but praying never hurts. Because you already did right? You entered your trade on Friday or on Sunday. I even did a live webinar on the FX Bootcamp YouTube channel right at this moment to say, hey, wake up. Wake up. You should be doing your job. That's why I did it right then. It's about 20 minutes after the market opened, and I'm outside smoking a cigar. Why? I already did my work. Okay? So it was sort of like a wake-up call. Hello? Okay? So bulls would buy in here. It's an aggressive trade, but you're thinking forward. And then bears are like, oh, this is an easy setup. I mean, just stupid, retarded, easy. Sorry. Didn't mean to say retarded. Don't mean to upset anybody. Anyways, this is very, very basic. If you're a bear, chow, done. And you knew that a day ago, right? You knew this on Thursday or Friday of last week that that's where you'd sell. So if you're a seller, super, 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 super easy trade. And if you're a bull, this is exactly what you were looking for. It's also easy, but it's aggressive, right? The next step is to wait for a double bottom, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and somewhere along the way it becomes much more bullish, and that's better. But for a bull, that's an easy trade. It's just aggressive. And as a bear, it doesn't get easier. So if you're a risk-off person and you didn't sell that, you're not doing the job, or you don't know how to do the job correctly. Sorry for the slap in the face, but it's elementary, right? I'm not asking you to write deep, meaningful poetry that moves people's spirits. I'm telling you, like, can you read and write? Okay. Yeah, JK, that would make sense. Um, but remember, you're also always looking forward. So you might be bearish, fundamentally bearish, and they might be telling you things are fundamentally bearish, but you're not interested in now. Okay? They've been fundamentally bearish for a while. Okay, that's cool. But what moves the market is the expected change in policy or sentiment in the near future. So what they're doing now is irrelevant. It's really the next meeting and the meeting after the next meeting that you should be setting your bias on. Okay? Okay? So now is irrelevant. Now is already priced in. Right? Ask anyone that that prefers technical analysis over fundamental analysis. The first thing they'll say is, "Well, everything's in the price." That's true. So the Reserve Bank of Australia's opinion about the economy right now and in the recent past, yeah, that's all priced in. Now the thing is, fundamentals should be based on the next two meetings, and that'll get you. You're leaning more to the right of the chart versus the left of the chart. Okay. Uh, the basis of candles. Where I know there's a lot of basic stuff at the FX Bootcamp YouTube channel. So there's more than 4,000 videos at youtube.com/FXBootcamp. There's a free training course there and such. Is there one specifically on candles? See, I don't find them that important. The two things that you need to know. Let me reverse my answer and let's approach this differently. Okay. The two things you must master is price action and support and resistance. If those are the only two things you know, you can be a success in Forex. Candlesticks, candlestick patterns, I mean, you should know it, but is it important? Are you, if you don't know what a doji is it going to hurt you? If you don't know what a hanging man is it going to hurt you? No, you could turn your candles completely off and be a success. Okay. Okay, so if you just did this, not that, this. Okay, can I be a success trading like this with no candles at all? Yeah, not a problem. Okay. So anyways, cool. Price action and support and resistance. Okay. Cool. And then Beast. Okay, Beast had a good run up. And now what for seasonally now? So I would pay attention to this price right here. Okay. And I'd like to see it stay above that gray area. Can someone post the link to last night's video? Because I do go over the calendar and we have this long conversation. You know, it's called Off the Charts with Wayne McDonald. So we talk about everything except technical analysis. But on there, I cover the candle briefly. Does anyone have a link to that? Thank you, Daniel. You like the off the chart stuff? Right on. Yeah, it ended up being what, an hour and a half conversation. So, anyways, so technically, right now, guys, I'd like Beast to stay above this price. And that what does that tell you? It tells you I'm fundamentally bullish. Maybe not today, maybe not in this second, maybe not in this moment, but I'm filtering all my information, which is, you know, almost unlimited amounts of variables around the world that could affect this. And I'm filtering everything out so that I find one thing. So that's what chaos theory is, by the way. Chaos theory is so much data that it seems chaotic and unmanageable. But then if you can find small recognizable patterns inside the chaos, that's what chaos theory is, then you can break it down into meaningful patterns. Okay? Like yeah, but into meaningful analysis. And so even though, you know, the finance minister of Japan could come out and say something right now that moves the markets, or there could be a terrorist attack, there could be an earthquake, all these things could happen at any minute, like anywhere around the world, all kinds of things. Trump can send out a tweet, move things. But what I'm trying to do is not get caught up in the chaos, but look for bite-sized digestible pieces, morsels of meat and cheese that I can digest. And so I look at this and say, I want to be bullish. So there's my lens. So I just filtered out everything that I don't need, and I'm looking for very specific things. And if I want this to be bullish and I want this to stay above this price, now I can sit and wait. Wait to see bullishness. And that's that. Okay? You see what I mean? So I don't know what's going to happen in this currency in the next 12 hours, but I know what I'm going to do and what I'm looking for. And if I don't see bullishness, then I'd end up not buying it, and I'm okay with that. Because when it does turn bullish and I buy it, I'll probably make money. Okay? So obviously if it breaches lower, it ain't bullish. Not at the moment, right? So then you would have to like start doing some price action analysis and say, well, if it did turn bullish, where would I look for it, right? But as a bull, I'm looking at like a buck 38. Is kind of what I'm looking at. Okay, for multiple reasons. So we can look at pound dollar, make it on a smaller time frame here, and I'm just tickling at break even or just above break even. You can see I started out really nice and hit some obvious resistance and being challenged on it right now. Okay, so let's see if I can break this into a confluence. Maybe this will be helpful. Bust into a smaller time frame. Okay, why did I buy it? Can anyone figure it out? Double O 007 gold. I love it when Wayne tries to sound smart. It's pseudo-intellectual. I would agree with that. I don't think I'm that smart. So I don't know why you have a problem with it, but all right. Yeah, M2. I'm a bull. You know I'm a bull. I don't even have to tell you. You already know I'm a bull. What do bulls do? Check it out, dude. Within 1 minute of the week, done. Yeah, I went to Harvard. When did you go to Harvard? Oh, you didn't go to Harvard? Yeah, I went to Harvard. So what? It's quite an accomplishment, by the way. But it does make me smart, but it does make me, well, the type of person that would do that in his 40s to be a role model to his children. And is incredibly difficult. 99% of people that applied did not get accepted. And more than half the people that got in quit because it was too difficult. So that tells you something. At least it's some sort of vetting, right? But anyways. Yeah, it is. It's not a little thing, but anyways, cool. But I can't not mention my experience. I mean, this is my experience. So what can I say? How much does it cost Harvard? Certainly $100,000. Certainly. I mean, it depends on what you do, right? Right on. Congratulations, 007. I'm sure that's quite an accomplishment. You know what it is, guys? Like, again, I did it to be a role model to my children. So you can love me for that, you can hate me for it. Okay? If you hate me for it, I don't actually care. But it does act as a vetting for those that are deciding whether to invest. Okay? And it's a normal process. Like if you applied for a job and you had to fill out their little form and you put in your work experience and then at the bottom you put in your education, the way that a recruiter looks at it, the first thing they look at is your education. Can anybody confirm that? Has anyone been a recruiter? Has anyone worked in an HR department of a major company? The first thing they look at is your education. How much do you got? Where did you go? So imagine now someone's trying to invest into you and they're like, okay, so tell me about your background. What kind of education you have? I have a high school degree. Right? I went to Compton Community College. Okay, great. All right, but it doesn't stand up to the same to say I have a macroeconomics degree from Harvard and a master's in financial management also from Harvard. And they're like, good. It's just a vetting because most people can't get into Harvard. And if you could, it means you're very competitive and and you've, I don't know, you have fortitude more than brains, right? It's fortitude. So it's just part of the vetting. So no one's going to laugh at me except 007. Like, haha, nobody cares what the. Dude, whatever. But in the real world, when people are trying to decide, do you have a track record of success? That is part of their analysis. They look at it, they're like, oh my God, that's good. Okay? Okay? So, anyways. Cool. So I have fortitude. That's all it means. Does it mean I'm a genius? Hell no. But I did it, and it was difficult. But I have the fortitude. That's what it means. And not only did I pass, I'm an A- student. So my bachelor's is in honors, and my master's is just simply a basic old, boring old master's. Cool. All right, so I want to move on. So right here, I'm long off of the M2, and the reason for it is that's what a bull do. That's what a bull do. Now, I might lose some money on this, but I'm not afraid of that. I'm not trying to get a high winning ratio. I'm trying to get in at prices, right? So I'm risking right now 24 pips. Okay, I understand this is a key major selling point. I'm not blind to that. I'm not deaf to that. I'm in at a good price, and if support holds, I'm probably going to make pretty good money. A lot more than 25 or 24 pips, right? So right now, a bull do this. Okay. Okay. Oh, Jeff said the most interesting interview for you was for the Apache pilot. Very cool. Yeah. That, like, I remember, so I originally wanted to be an astronaut, and I interviewed with every American branch of the military there was. So I went through a lot of military interviews, even the Coast Guard, right? And and the Army, yeah, we talked about helicopters, and I'm like, well, because they said, well, we could put you in a fixed wing aircraft. And I'm like, that sounds good. And then I'm like, wait, define fixed wing. And he's like, helicopters. I'm like, I don't want to fly a helicopter. I want to fly an airplane because I need to become an astronaut. And anyway, so it was funny. But the military testing and interviews were very psychological. So I'm sure your Apache interview was pretty amazing. Yeah, because it's all psych for them, right? So anyway, so that's the pig dog not doing well, just doing its thing, farting around. We also know that the pound is weak right now. Okay. This one opening high. Okay. Opening high, but see kicking off the daily 21. This could be a key move. So I'm going to keep my eye on this, and I'm going to keep my eye on this. And maybe it's a today trade, maybe it's a tomorrow trade. Okay. How do I trade that pound dollar? My stop is 24 pips away. I pray. USD kitty cat. I missed this one. You see my entry here? Well, it's a limit order. I missed it. I wanted to kick, I think I wanted this, and I was too conservative. So, you know, what can I say? Uh, this was the plan, because again, you know my bias. So my plan was that, to be more specific, it was this. Okay, it was this, up, 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 and it did beautiful price action, but I wanted a little higher. I don't remember why. This was a while ago. This was, I think, 2 weeks ago. So I didn't get that entry, although I was correct on the direction. Just didn't get it. And remember back then, oil was still stuck and CAD was a little stuck. But I tried. USD Swiss franc, I don't trade it. We should probably switch that out. Let's move this vertical. And here's Kiwi dollar. So let's go through Kiwi dollar. So I'm long here, and I can leave my stop. What's my stop? 10 pips. Amazing, right? So right now, I'm eyeballing this. This should stay north of that. Here's my plan B. Sort of this needs to hold. That's my secondary. I could move my stop a little closer, I suppose. Doesn't matter. It's only 10 pips. But now you see my reasoning, right? So let's now then change to the confluence. Okay? And you see that I'm on the monthly M2, and let's see. Okay? And between the weekly M2 and the central pivot. Okay? So I'm long right here. You see the plan? So again, I don't have my drawing tool, but here's what I'm trying to do. Okay? And if not, I'll lose a little bit of money. I can actually move this further away, but I can always try again as well. You guys see the logic here? Every single trade is essentially the same trade. It's the same bias. What do I look at while pulling the trigger? It's like something like that. And I say, is this bullish? No. Okay. The first part, and you'll see I always do this, is where are we on? Pound dollar, I think it was. What I do, maybe in commodities. What I do is I look into the future for support and resistance, and then I come back into the present to look for technical price action. Right, so like I'll say, look, this is the daily 21, and that's bullish. If I'm a bull, I will then wait for price to retrace back to that daily 21, and then I'll drop into a 15-minute chart or something like that, and I'll wait for it to come down to that price, and then start to turn bullish on a 15-minute chart. Even though I'm on daily support, I'm trading the 15-minute turn, and then letting it run like letting doves loose. I go, and off they go. I'm like, be free! And I let the trade go as price is reversing off of a daily 21, is an example. Okay? That's how I look at it. So the support acts like, well, true support. Man, it just got cold in here. So let's take a look. So watch this. Ready? Ciao. Isn't that nice? So I would want Bitcoin to go up. I would want Brent crude to go up. I would want WTI to go up based on my fundamental bias. Remember, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if I'm right, I'm right. So I need to know where would I be buying and where would I be selling. So as a buyer now, and we knew this last week, 41 and a half is a buy zone for me. This is definitional. It's not an opinion. If I'm a bull, that would be the buy of the week. That's a front run. That's your Friday front run. Then the market opens here. It opens a couple of hours after because of trading, but right. But anyways, popped down. Okay, and then this is the sort of the second chance. It's less ideal, but then you don't have, you know, gap risk over the weekend. So your second opportunity was here today when the market actually opened. So let me mark that. And as a bull now, I would be done for the week. Okay? So the question is like, how do I pull the trigger? Well, so imagine being in here now. Well, let's put it on a fiver. Okay? So down, 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 down. And I could buy this 5A cross, or I can buy the London Open 5A cross. It's not really, this is more of an Asia. This is early Asia. So this would be like Shanghai Open. I'm on support, 5A cross, done. Or here, done. Okay, move my stop, take a walk. Okay. So again, the question here, someone says, "Hey Wayne, I read the New Zealand policy statement. And I think they are also weakening their currency." Yes. What is the change coming in the future? Is what I would be playing. We already know Kiwi's weak. It's been weak for a very, very long time. When do you anticipate New Zealand no longer being weak? That's the question you need to be answering. Okay? So I'd rather you be analyzing the next new move. Okay? Now you could be trading this down, but the more interesting question is what happens at 67? What happens? So we just reached 70, right? So I would say between now and this price here, 67. So let me throw down a price so you can see it. So we're at 69. So in the next 200 pips, no, you didn't lose the mic. No. Stutter again? No. 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 Damn. Son of a. It's unbelievable. Uh, 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 uh. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so the bad news is it's not the mic or the PC, but I needed to update my machine anyway, so that sucks. Doubt it's a hot, yeah. Uh-huh. All right, well, I will go do some research. I will go do some research and see what it is. It's YouTube. No. So anyways, I'm going to go do some research and figure it all out. But at least we know it's not a hardware problem. And it ain't me. And it ain't my mic. And it ain't my USB ports. So at least we learned a few things. And we should be grateful for that. So peace on earth.